That's so cool. First drone flight with this, my new drone license, and with, the Mavic Air 2. So excited to see, stuff coming up with both of these two combined. And let me talk a little bit today about, how I went from not having my drone license to, having this, kind of the perks, that come with it, because it is kind of a long process to go through. And yeah, let's just cue that intro and get right into it. So I know this might look a little bit weird, just kind of this whole setup, but I mean, I'm not in my own studio, and this kind of acts in kind of twofold. The first is one, obviously it's really comfy here, being able to, record this video like this, as well as, two, the most important, that has the best lighting in this, whole kind of guest house room. So that's the reason why I'm here. It's freezing cold in the Bay Area, so also gotta stay warm so I could survive and make this video. But let's get right into, the main part of this video, which is talking about, how I pretty much got the Part 107 drone license for, small UAVs. There's a whole, kind of long process involved with it. It's not one of those things you could, just take the test and then pretty much ace it and then pretty much get the results in your, brand new card the next day. There's a whole process kind of involved with it. So I'm going to talk about, kind of the timelines and kind of things, it would take, the average person, I guess, to, kind of get there. So let's talk about, the first kind of things you got to do. And one of those first kind of things you got to do is figure out, okay, do I actually need the Part 107 first off? So then you just got to ask yourself this question: am I going to be flying, for some sort of compensation or money, or, any sort of, exchange of goods or services? And if the answer is yes to that question, then yeah, you do need, to get your Part 107 so you can, take advantage of those, exchanges of goods and services. And then that moves on, to the next point of, okay, well, how do I get the Part 107, license, take the test, as well as, finally get your piece of plastic card at the end. And that involves, going to, sign up and take that test. Now, the FAA website, has great instructions in regards to how to sign up and register for a test, but essentially they give you a list of places of which you can go and register for a test in your local area. From there, you just make an appointment, sign up, and then pay, whatever fee the testing center is requiring so that you could take that test. So now that you're registered for the test, you've, got some studying to do. Realistically, it takes, probably 2 weeks to study for this test. I know I made a video a while back where pretty much I studied for it within 48 hours and passed, but I definitely don't recommend it, especially if you want to learn, a lot of the material. Even now, after studying for that test, I'm still learning and I'm still looking forward to learning, so that I make sure, I have all the safety precautions in place when I'm flying my drone, and so that, I could follow all the rules of the sky properly. With that being said, pretty much that 2-week period gives you enough time to both learn enough for the material of the test, as well as be able to properly and safely operate your vehicle in the sky. Now, there's a lot of great resources out there. I mean, I've even made a video talking about where, you should study, kind of areas, that are good to study. I'll just, summarize and say, Tony Northrup's video in regards to studying for the Part 107 probably is the best one out there, the most comprehensive, and it's still, valid and pretty good going into 2021. And then other, material you could use are, study tests and practice guides online. There's a lot of free ones as well as paid options. So definitely look out for those, and you can, watch my video again on, how to do that. So talking about the time frame for those things, so, one is figuring out the date of registration. And then the next, you know, is being able to study. So that's, you know, around like a 2.5 week period right there. Now, finally, you're going into the test. The test, you know, is not very hard. I think it's around 2 hours that you have for it. There are 70 questions on it, of which you need to get 60 right, I believe. And with that 60 right, you know, it is a lot of pressure. So that's why, you know, I suggested doing that 2 weeks of studying. Now, after you finish that test, they instantly give you your grade and tell you whether or not you pass the test. And that is probably one of the most daunting and kind of scariest experiences you'll ever face. Now, the next part, you know, of this whole thing is once you get your results, and if you did, you know, pass, then the next thing is to pretty much upload your results online to the FAA's, you know, portal for that, which is ICRAA, IACRA, that's what I always call it. So you gotta, one, you know, make an account on there, and then two, pretty much enter your results for it. You know, they give you a little code at the end of your test, so you put that pretty much up there, and then it'll pretty much, you know, submit your results to the FAA. They're going to go through this whole, you know, kind of review process, of which I think after, you know, a week and a half, they're going to issue a temporary certificate. Now, once you have this temporary certificate, and don't fully quote me on this, but this is, you know, from my understanding, that you could start flying commercially with it as long as you have that document available to you when you are operating in, you know, Part 107 operations. So they'll give you a certificate number, they'll give you a temporary certificate, and that will be, you know, good until you get the plastic card. Now, the plastic card takes a little bit longer to get. I think after I finished my test, it took, you know, about 1 month to get here. I took, you know, the test either late January or early February, and as you can see kind of now, it is the end of February. So it was about, you know, a month, 30 days, 28 days, something like that. And it was, you know, a little long time of waiting. Just thinking, okay, I really want to get that card. It just looks so cool. And I mean, holding it right now, I can't even really believe that I actually do have it. But after, you know, that whole test, it takes, you know, like at least 3 weeks to get here. So the whole thing about this is we're talking about how long it would take, you know, from the beginning with you studying for the Part 107 exam to finally at the end receiving your piece of plastic Part 107 drones license. We're looking at, you know, around 6.5 to 7 weeks, you know, for this whole time period. And it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, but it's also not the hardest. So don't worry, it's just going to take time. You'll get there if you really want to get it, and if you want to work hard, you know, to achieve this. Hopefully this helps you if you're waiting for your Part 107 drones license, as well as, you know, getting ready for this whole adventure of a experience and achievement to be able to officially fly in the sky commercially. So hopefully this video helped you. If it did, make sure to press that like button down below. Helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on kind of more cool videos like this, as well as, you know, a lot of upcoming drone videos, because now I have my Part 107. And then comment down below if you have any questions in regards to this whole process. Would love to help out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Helps me out. Thanks. Bye.